everyone, and welcome to yet another session of Twilight Talks, powered by the Woman with Wings. Hi, I'm Dr. Santwana Vernekar, and as my name says, Santwana means consolation. So I'm here to talk to you all, talk about my journey, talk about all the blessings that I have received in my life, all the challenges, and how those challenges were a part of my life and got me to a beautiful platform and a beautiful landscape in life with my determination, the power of women, of course, and the blessings of Almighty elders and all my loved ones and well wishers. I would not say it's a long journey because I feel I still have a long life to live. But my actual journey as an entrepreneur starts 6 years back. Yes, of course, very late in life, but it's one of the most beautiful moments of my life. I would talk about my childhood, and you all would be shocked. I was a real naughty kid, a very delicate child, I would say, a girl child, the youngest amongst the three siblings, very accident prone. In fact, I have 23 fractures in my body over a period of the last whatever number of years I have lived. At the age of 51, I do not regret any moment of my life. And any of the moments that have been some setbacks, I consider them as some kind of a stepping stone towards a more beautiful future. So, when I finished off my post graduation in biochemistry, just like all the other people who would be in that field, most of my colleagues, they went into research, some went into teaching, but I always wanted to do something which was different. I went into the line of marketing, into medical electronics. With my limited knowledge, I promised my employer that I would prove myself in the first 6 months. And yes, believe it, I really worked hard towards it. And I gave the best order to the organization in the very first 4 months. This, in fact, got them confidence on me. And I started moving ahead on my journey into marketing and into application, especially in the field of medical electronics. Very few girls in those days, I'm talking about in mid 90s, would go into such a field. All the girls would generally prefer to be into a secure job, maybe in our days it was more of banking, into offices, accounting, in the field of medical and hospitals, but I chose to actually come into the market, explore the world, and go ahead. I had a beautiful journey in that time. And when myself and my husband, who were working in the same company, decided to get married, one of us had to leave the job. And I opted for it. I stayed back, looked out for another job, and again, I got a very challenging thing. With my science background, with no background of management, I opted for a job. I went for an interview for marketing and sales into air freight, which was an absolute new concept. That time DHL had just come in India. So I went for the interview and yippee, I got selected. I became the freight sales manager for the most important branch of Mumbai, which was called the South Bombay. I had a very short stint because I got married, and just after marriage, when I conceived, I had a threatened abortion, so I had to leave my job. But that did not stop me. It did not stop me from learning. It did not stop me from meeting people. Even while being at home, I used to connect to people, talk to people, understand what's happening in the market. And after I delivered my first girl child, my beautiful daughter, in 1998, I thought it's time, of course, to be a mother, but also to explore the possibilities of improving myself. It did not stop here. As my child started growing, I thought while sitting at home I should do something. So I started helping my husband, who was into marketing of jewelry manufacturing equipments. Yet another field, nothing to do with my background. And yes, I would tell you that my daughter was just 23 days old, a young small baby. I used to carry her to office, and I used to put my child on the table while I used to work over there. So these are the moments which I really cherish because I feel happy I did not sit at home and waste the beautiful time that I could with my child into the office helping my husband with the business. Things did not stop here. I got an opportunity from my husband to do something more different. Yes, I became an LIC agent. Nothing to do with what I was studying. And I really enjoyed it because it gave me an opportunity to talk to people how to take care of their own loved ones, how they could do what they could do, how they could invest. So, one way I was helping someone with a better future. In fact, it was a moment of pride for me. That did not stop there. I started working for corporates, for insurance, and I started working on gratuity, superannuation. I studied a lot in this field. I studied a lot into general insurance. I approached organizations which for group mediclaim, for group personal accident policies, for everything where they could do something for the employees. Because as an employee, I knew what were the things which were important for the safety and security of an employee's family. Later on, after 5 years, I became a crorepati agent, which was a big thing at that time. But it did not stop me from taking care of the responsibilities at home. I divided my time not in terms of quantity but quality. So I always believed quality is more important in life than the quantity of things. After having my second child, where I had to take a small break, I thought it's again time to do something new. That's when actually I recognized that I can do something from what I have studied. Around 8 to 10 years back, I started with a laboratory and a diagnostic center, and I was doing extremely well. Of course, I had certain clauses and terms and conditions. I was a person who never believed into any of the things wherein you have to pay someone other than the vendors. So I had challenges with me, but again I overcome the challenges. I started approaching corporates to do the medical investigations for them. And yes, it helped me a lot. I may not have the one-off businesses from the localites around because of certain leading diagnostic centers around who had different kind of a practice. But I had corporates with me. I started working on insurance medicals. So these things really helped me a lot. The only one thing you all need to remember, if you are true and honest, there's nothing that can stop you. So I was doing a very good job. Later in 2011 came a turning point in my life. I got a very good opportunity from one of the leading hospitals in Mumbai to join them as a biochemist, something which I had done almost around 13 to 14 years back. I was coming back to the same field. I thought that this is a good opportunity which I should not leave because it can help me with doing some research work. So I joined that organization, but at the same time I also took care of my laboratory and diagnostic center, keeping wonderful people whom I thought were wonderful, but there were things that were happening behind my back which I was not aware of. So there was one moment in my life wherein all the savings that I had done, all the business that I had made, I lost it because of deceit. But I did not lose heart. I kept moving ahead. I restarted it again. In 2012 came another challenge. My beloved father was diagnosed with cancer. And then I had 4 things to take care of: my beloved kids, my job, my loving father, and my business. I had to sacrifice one of the things because I thought that the most important thing is you have to take care of your family. Family first. So I opted to take care of my father and my kids. And between my job and my business, I went ahead with my job because I was doing research, a kind of research which would help people with good health. I was working on genetics, so it really helped me a lot. So what I did in I would say in memory of my father, because he had cancer, I donated all the equipments that I had to far off villages where people did not have an access to medical services and diagnostics and investigations. And I am very happy that even till date, and only actually it was with a clause that they would be doing free investigations for all the patients who come with cancer or all the senior citizens. And they did it, of course, and I'm very happy for it. Then again came another turning point in my life. I had some issues with some people in my organization. Unfortunately, because I was a woman, number one. Second, I was good looking. And third, they considered me as a threat. With the way my popularity was increasing and the way I was working hard towards a successful future. But at the same time, I had wonderful people, support of the top management, who encouraged me, who told me that I can go ahead, and that's when I entered into the field of quality. One of the fields where rarely anyone dares to go. Quality in healthcare is today the topmost priority in this country. People, organizations, the government, all are looking towards that, improving the healthcare services. This is what I thought way back in 2011, and I started moving ahead in that direction. In 2016, under certain circumstances, I had to leave from that company, or I would say that organization, and I did not regret. I was very happy, and I did not actually have to sit home. I immediately got another beautiful offer of leading the quality in one of the reputed laboratories in Mumbai. Again, there also, with a very short stint, I was doing pretty well. And actually, that's the place where I recognized that I had a capacity of training and teaching a lot of people, including the doctors to paramedics. And it gave me a thought that if I can do that, why don't I start something on my own where I'm free to do? I'm not obliged to work for someone and move ahead. So here I go. I resigned from my organization. I planned a lot of things and I started moving ahead. I started my own company in 2017 by the name Q Team. And this name was termed by my daughter, who said it's quality, training and education in the field of accreditation and management. So we had a team of wonderful trainers from around the country, and everyone actually poured in and they were happy to help me to start this organization. This is because the years of commitment, the years of sacrifice, the years of good connect with people, helping people whenever they want, and at the same time increasing my knowledge. I never stopped studying. I never stopped researching. So this helped me with moving ahead and starting this company. We recently completed 5 years, and during these 5 years we have received numerous awards because my intent was to spread the word of quality in the field of healthcare, not in the metros but in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So here I go, and I go to very small places, into remote areas, go to the level of right from the sanitation workers to the nurses to the paramedics to the doctors and of course to the management, and talk to them about how they can do the best quality services, especially when it comes to patient safety. And that's where the recognition started coming in, pouring in, help started coming in. One thing that I believe is if you have the right intent, then the Almighty sends you the right people in your life. There was one time where there was only this one piece of gold which was left on my hand, and I did not have anything else, not a single penny. But God got the beautiful people in my life, and with the attitude of gratitude, I was very happy to receive everyone in my life with open arms And that's how I got moving ahead from one step to another towards success. Now, at the age of 51, I am so happy to be called as an entrepreneur, as one of the most promising leaders in healthcare, as the Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, or as the most inspiring woman in healthcare. The journey doesn't stop here. I would always wish that with whatever the number of years of life that I have, I study ahead, I learn, I share whatever I have. I'm not going to take anything with me when I go. So I love sharing the knowledge that I have. For all the women who are there listening to me, I would request you all, have the attitude of gratitude, feel blessed with whatever you have. Even if you have something, one particular asset for yourself, go ahead, explore the world. It's just as small as I would say, if you know good embroidery, then yes, you can have a wonderful business. If you know good sketching, painting, drawing, anything, nail art. I know a small girl who's just around 10 or 11 years and she does wonderful nail art. So she may not be good in her class. She may not fare very good in her studies, but she is very good in that particular thing. So you all have one quality in your life. Identify that quality. Like I identified my quality that I can be a good trainer. I can convince people. I can make people work towards the betterment of the country. And that's going to help all of you with moving ahead in life. It's not that I have not had my share of failures. I have not had my share of people who would try to pull me down. Whether it was my own people or whether it was external. I overcame all. I did not have to fight anyone because I kept myself stable. I've had many people who have defeated me. I've had many people who have pulled me down. I have many people who have talked about me, which were not very good. But at the same time, I'm so blessed that I had wonderful people who held my hand and took me ahead. I had wonderful people who mentored me, who advised me, who stood by my side when I needed them the most. So look at the positive sides of your life. Move ahead with all those positive attitudes. Think of all the good things that you can do. Share the good moments with your loved ones, with your friends, with your colleagues. And yes, once you do that, I'm 100% sure that today where I am, from nil to the world that I'm seeing today, I am so blessed. I've been traveling abroad. I have a lot of talk shows. I have a lot of online seminars, sessions, and this all happened not in one day. It was over a period of time. And it's only the determination of doing the right thing at the right place at the right time, which got me to this level. So you all should all move ahead. You all can do it. And women, they have extra strength in them. God has made women not only with wings, they are all angels. They have a beautiful heart, they have a sharp mind, and all of us can move ahead. I'm always there to be with you whenever you need me in your journey. With this, I thank you all, and I'm looking forward to see you on any other platform in my life. Thank you. This is Dr. Santwana Vernekar.